Okay. Hi. My hello. My name is Denitra McCullough. And I'm making this video about this guy named Clavicular. And please forgive me for my poofy hair. I'm sorry, but I really want to talk about this young man. I'm gonna make another video, but I really want to talk about this young man because the Lord has really been putting him on my mind, and for a long time. And I've been wanting to make videos, but I don't know, I was afraid. But now it's been like consistent. The Lord been putting this young man on my mind, and I really didn't even know his name. I knew his face. I seen his face all over TikTok, but I really didn't know his name. And so I done my research about clavicular. But I'm going to do all of that on the next video. But on the second video, I'm going to talk about, because I think that you can tell in his eyes that he has a lot of pain. And I done my research, watching his streams and all this stuff. And, to me, when somebody sleeps around and when somebody, like mess with their face and are very conscious about looks and some stuff like that, 10 times out of 10, they were, essayed. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I believe that this young man has been essayed, and you can just tell that he's been hurt. And I just want to tell him that the Lord loves him, but also the Lord wants you to stop what you're doing, because the people that you're around, in my opinion, they don't love you and they don't care for you. And the crazy part about therapy and intervention, people, it's so easy to get therapy and or to have an intervention and just to deal with the fruit of the problem. But nobody wants to deal with the root of the problem. For the fruit to stop growing, you can pick a fruit off of a plant or a tree and it's going to grow back. But when you take the root, when you take the whole thing from the root, it's never going to grow back. So in my opinion, whenever he's comfortable to talk about this, I believe this young man was essayed. And I just hope that he realized that the Lord loves him. And, and the Lord, I don't know, because when I kept praying and said, Lord, what do you want me to say? I don't know if the wrath of God, and I just want to say this, I don't know if God was saying, if I don't say anything, God was going to get me. But at the same time, I don't know if the wrath of God is going to come upon him or on me, but I don't want that. The Lord wants me to warn this young man about his lifestyle, because when you do bad and then you have a lot of young people watching you, you are influencing them to do wrong. And the Bible talks about the wages of sin is death. And death, not only as a physical death, but also a spiritual death, like a separation from God. And if you die in sin, that it's a separation forever from God, which is hell. Clavicular don't realize that he is on the path of destruction, and who is helping him is these streaming platforms. And I'm just going to sit up here and say it: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, I don't know about Instagram, but they are paying these people to do. And again, like I said, I'm not saying that they're paying them in a way where they're making them do it, but it's just like they're paying them in a way of rewarding their bad behavior. And I understand people need money, but at some point, some things are, it's just like some things don't need to be on the internet. And that's what irritates me about these streaming platforms. They want to be, when it comes to Christianity, they don't play around with Christians. They don't play around. They'll take your stuff down. But when it comes to these types of lifestyle where folks are kids are influencing other kids to do wrong, it just takes them like a little bit longer to get to them. Sometimes they do get in trouble and sometimes they don't, or when they do get in trouble, it'd be too late. But what I'm saying is that the Lord is not pleased with this young man's lifestyle. And I'm going to give him a warning, because the women that he is sleeping with, they are no good. You cannot keep up this lifestyle and live. You cannot have this lifestyle and live a long life. I'm just being honest with you. Drinking, overdosing, like God is constantly giving you a second chance. Don't abuse this. I had this cousin, my cousin name was Sharetta. And I remembered that she overdosed on something. And the ambulance, somebody, one of the ambulance, I don't know what they call them, the first responders, the ambulance, because one of them knew her and was a classmate, because there was a procedure, like there was a certain amount of pumps or whatever to that you can give to somebody before you declare them dead. But because the person knew who my cousin was, he ended up he kept doing it, and I thank God for that. And I thank God for that. And because of that, I think they got her stable, and then she was on life support for a little bit, and then she woke up, but she had no memory of people. And the Lord gave her a second chance, and then unfortunately she passed away. And so yeah, it's just like, young man, I just hope that you heed to the warning of God. You really, really, really need to take your life serious. And, and also too, if let's say that something did bad happen to you, did you not know that not only God is going to judge you for what you've done in your life, but also he's going to judge you on the impact, how you cause so many men and women to fall. Don't put blood on your hands. That's innocent blood. Young man, like I said, please, I beg of you. You probably gonna say, oh, she's hideous and all this. That's fine, but I care about your life. I would rather be an ugly person and care about you and want you to do good and want you to be alive, and I want you to do what you love to do, not just have sex, smoke, whatever, and just get, I don't want you to live that lifestyle, but I want you to live right. I want you to live holy, and I want you to, start doing, well, no, I want you to deal with your past, and say, like, please, if you've been sexually assaulted, if you've at a young age, like, please, don't be afraid to tell the truth. Don't be afraid. This is my opinion, because usually when a person just does bad substance abuse and want to harm themselves, and they want to look good and all this stuff, 10 times out of 10 that person that hurt them complained about their looks. Somebody in his life was a bully to him. If he wasn't essayed, then somebody really, really physically or emotionally abused him. Somebody did. And I just hope that the Lord delivered him from that pain. But I'm sorry. I know I look a mess. But Clavicular, please give your life to Christ. because that's the only true peace that you would have. No illegal substance can take you, can give you that peace that Christ can. And you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to, you don't have to lie for it. You don't have to do anything to earn Christ's love. And, because his peace. Well, all you gotta do is just ask him, but just have a relationship with you, and with him, and he'll give you what you need. If your father done you wrong, tell the truth. If your father essayed you, or if your father was abusive to you, let the world know, because you can help other people. You can help the whole world, especially those young men that, are following your footsteps, that probably been through that. You can help so many people, but please, you are loved. If you never been told that you're loved, I love you. And I want you to live a long life. Please, Clavicular, please, please, please reconsider this lifestyle, because at some point in time, if you go too far, just please, if you go too far, it's going to be it. And I just pray that I just pray that you just please heed to this warning. You are loved. May God bless you.